Hi, this is Jim Szymanski. I'm Director of Public Affairs for the Washington Retail Association. I'm here today with Representative Teri Hickel from the 30th Legislative District in Washington State, which takes in the city of Federal Way. Teri, thanks for being with us today.
First of all, hearing Representative Teri Hickel, thank you. I really am honored with that title. This is just a great fit for me. And I not only serve Federal Way, but I serve Milton, Algona, Pacific, parts of Auburn, parts of Des Moines. So it's a really fun district, and we have different challenges. So that's exciting for me.
Well, what I was curious about is people probably have an expectation when they start as a legislator, and then they come to grips with whatever the reality is. And I just wondered if you could kind of quickly summarize for us whether there was a difference there between expectations and reality.
Well, it's a completely different world than the regular world is, and so, just the pace of it was amazing, and I shared with a few people that my first day I was there with my badge on, and I went to the restroom and I couldn't figure out where my office was because everything's round, so that was quite humbling, my first day, but I just anchored down and started learning my way around, not only just physically, but also the process. It's different, but I will say that it's just something that once you learn how to navigate, then I think you can do it well, and that's my goal for next year.
Now we have a retail audience here largely, and I'm just curious about any bills that you may have worked on or sponsored that have a retail relationship and how they did.
I had just the best bill. I was so proud to have this bill. It's called the SNAP bill, which is the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. And for those folks that are in our lowest economic means, it's for them how they access food, and especially, the fresh produce and things like that. Our district has changed dramatically since I moved here almost 27 years ago. We have almost 60% free and reduced lunch in our schools. And that doesn't even account for the senior citizens that are in, our shag housing, our lowest income housing. We have quite a bit of that here in our district. We're the very bottom of King County. And so this bill was really important to me. And basically it's simple. It's just extending the access days from the 1st to the 10th of the month to the 1st to the 20th. Pretty simple. And how that impacts our retail is that they're able to staff more efficiently and effectively. Instead of having to staff, overstaff for 1/3 of the month, they can stretch that out. And then that's important for our families because they don't have such a rush during those first 10 days of the month, because most people who get paid are paid at the end of the month, so it's just busy. So those families can navigate stores a little bit easier. Our retail can staff easier. They can, provide better customer service. They can, keep their shelves stocked so that our families that need nutritional products can access them. So it was a simple bill, and I'm really proud of it. Made it out of the House unanimously, made it out of the Senate, and now it's just sitting in the governor's desk to be signed into law.
Now, Teri, one curiosity I had is that there may be something you learned about the legislature that those of us on the outside looking in simply wouldn't ever know about. Is there anything that struck you or may leave a lasting impression from the first session?
Well, this is my first partisan experience. I've never done that before, and you mostly read about that. Like right now we're fighting about the budget, and I think citizens get disappointed with the partisan stuff. But what I learned is that the best bills have a lot of kind of co-sponsoring and conversation. And in fact, the example of that education bill, they put together the best bill and they pulled the best components of other bills together. And I watched at the back of the floor our ranking education member with the education committee chair working together for about 2 hours, asking, will this be okay for you? Yes or no? Will this be okay for you? Yes or no? And they really crafted the best bill together. And we saw that about 90% of the time. That's what really does happen in Olympia. And that was refreshing for me.
So it's not necessarily what it appears to be.
Not necessarily, no.
Is there a disappointment from the first session? I would think that inevitably there's going to be some pluses and some minuses. What may not have worked quite as well as you would have liked?
Well, I worked for 15 years and I'm efficient. I know how to work quickly. I'm a problem solver. I'm solution oriented. I like to work with people. So to not have things like, some of our educational stuff happen was disappointing, how long it takes, really. So, seeing the governor just simply veto bills is is disappointing to me. Those are good bills that he decided to veto. So, I think some of that disappointment, I just have to kind of learn to navigate around.
And the stated reason for the vetoes, we probably should make that clear.
Well, because he wanted to see the budget done and he wanted to see them come closer together. And so his way of playing into that is just to veto bills. I mean, from my perspective, I would love to see him, provide a little bit more of a leadership role. I'm not seeing that.
And for the viewers, the reason is that the stated 60-day session had to be extended because they couldn't finish it
Correct.
by the time the 60 days were up.
Yes.
On the budget. Okay. In wrapping up, Teri, what did you learn from this session that you think would make you a better legislator down the road?
I'm already starting to work on legislation that's going to be important not only to our district but the state, and for the future. So I'm, the pace. I have the pace down. I know my way around, and I really believe that I'm going to be a good legislator. My professional experience really showed me how to work across lines, and so, I think I'll be ready to go.
Well, thanks so much for being here and telling us about your first experience. We appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Okay.